feel like there are other things they want to set in place, not because of lack of a partner or something, but they want to put some things in place. But this kind of societal pressure, and coming from somebody who should be a father figure, who people will go to seek for advice or listen to you, and this is coming out of your mouth with confidence and boldness, the audacity to churn out this kind of words. Bukky.
Okay, I always like to start my own point of discussion from the fact that the clips we saw, we did not hear where it's coming from, because I always believe that people are coming from somewhere and they want to land somewhere.
But that part,
I know. Yes, that part connotes quite a lot. Connotes quite a lot. It's possible he's coming from somewhere. And many times when people talk, particularly people um at that platform, at that level, they talk from their own personal experience.
okay,
They talk from experiences that they have seen,
okay,
what the society demands,
okay,
and everything
Mm.
foundationally is their mindset.
okay,
So when you hear somebody talk, you can always know the mindset that this one is working on, either a growth mindset or a fixed mindset. Obviously, if I should say one or two things about that discussion, it's not a growth mindset he has. It's talking from a fixed mindset. And if we're to take just what he said, now I'm assuming that that is the bone of what he said.
yes,
It is wrong, number one. Very, very wrong. You don't mold people into your own kind of wrong mindset. You mold people into a right mindset. Now, women want to be free. Free in the sense that do not box us, do not put us into a stereotype that you think that is the mold a lady will be. That is what we are saying. No, let a lady be whatever she wants to be. If peradventure at the age of 20, she still wants to achieve something like you said,
yes,
you won't say because she wants to achieve that, she should now box herself into marriage. We know quite a lot of people that had gone into that because of their background, because of the societal pressure, and they could not fulfill the desires of their hearts in terms of maybe their businesses, their career, quite a lot of things. It's not for us to begin to say this is the way you want to go about it. And we know some people that have said, look, immediately I finish my tertiary institution, I'm going to get married, even at the age of 21, 22. You won't say, oh, you're too young or whatever it is. So I think generally, let's speak to the fact that people who have a lot of people that listen to them, they should be careful of what they say. Now, people know what they want. You can only guide them, not mold them into your own stereotype, which is wrong. So I totally condemn it. But like I said, we don't know where it's coming from. But the people who are listening to it, I only hope they will be able to put two and two together to make sure that is this the best? Is this the best? Is this what I want to hear? I want to hear people that would encourage me, that will tell me that, look, be whatever you want to be. If a man comes between 20 and 30, fine. If you want it, go for it. And if you don't want it, I've known some people that said, you know what, for this period, I'm not going to get into that marriage, because they know what marriage means. They know they have to devote time and they don't have it. So some of them is by choice.
yes,
It should not be by pressure or by compulsion. It should be by choice, but make a right choice. We also know some people who had made some wrong choices at that time when they were supposed to, went ahead with their career, went ahead with all kinds of things, marriage and business, whatever
yes,
it is. And at the end of the day, by the time they realize that, okay, I want to settle down, that soul man was not there. So they had to go for the next choice that they see. So we see all these things. They're all different kinds of flavor. But what will I end with? This is where we talk about decision making,
okay,
critical thinking. weigh all the matters. Weigh all the matters. Don't say because A had done it, B had done it. Don't look at the bad sides as well, because I told you also that some people had done that and it backfired on them.
Okay.
Just weigh all your options. Weigh all your options and then decide which one you want and stick
All right.
with it prayerfully as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bukky, for that. You can call us up on 07000 917 or you can send us a text or a WhatsApp message on 070 317 56537. Ibinabo, what do you think?
Oh, thank you, Esther. Okay, but I'm going to just say one or two things
Okay.
that might end up being 20 things. You see, from what I've observed lately,
Yes.
it's like we are always in a season of some particular things happening.
Okay.
We are about in a season where there is a decreasing of respect for the pulpit by those who are supposed to man the pulpit. That is this ones we refer to as our pastors. You see, what I always tell people is that you try to observe others' thoughts before you unfold yours on them. That you have an opinion and that you have a pulpit to disseminate this information to people does not mean you just come and begin to unfold your own thoughts or because of what you have heard or experienced. Does it work? Whatever you see that you feel, is it proper? Is it right? Because you see, as a pastor, as a man of God, because you have had cases where some ladies will say, I'm already in my late 20s, though. I must be married, though. And the next thing you see is any guy that comes their way, just say yes. Not trying or wanting to marry you. What are the guy coming from a pressured point where he too is looking for, just bring the woman in and let me have peace.
Yes. Okay.
So a man like this who calls himself a pastor, what kind of advice would he give this lady? Should she go to him and say, look at, it's not like I'm really ready emotionally and everything, and then this is what is going on. He would just tell her, get married, you're in your late 20s before you start nagging in your 30s. You see, he is simply putting pressure on young women. So what does it tell a man whose wife is yet to conceive? And you are married, there's no pregnancy. What does it tell such a man? Send her away and go and look for another woman in her 20s to marry. What does it tell a woman whose husband lost his job? Please, if he doesn't have money, go and look for another man that has money to take care of you. You see, the age that the woman should get married, the age man should get married, and everything. Maybe you are started to marry for now, because you see, in everything that you do or say, for me, I believe that there must be an undercurrent. Because I don't matter the intent of the situation. Not so coming. You know how people, that's why I said that we are in the era where some of them are start losing their respect. Because you see, they come and say something, they come and say something, and it is very embarrassing coming from. I want to advise any woman, any lady who has seen that. This is a kind of mental slavery. Please, free yourself from mental slavery of any sort. Because if you don't go into any relationship with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of understanding, and you are ready to go into it, it is a mental slavery. And you know what it means. It's either you keep mum and die there, or you begin to fight back. And then you know them. Whatever they try to spew out will be taken with a lot of, a lot of interest. So please, whatever it is you're going to say, would you please sit down and think it over and stop unfolding your thoughts on people. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Radio WFM 91.7. Have the ladies from different geopolitical zone come together to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues. You can be a part of the conversation by calling us on 07000 or 090256 25455. You can also send us a text or a WhatsApp message on 070 317 56537. My name is Esther Alaribe, and I've been speaking with Ibinabo, Dixon, and Bukky, Femi, Ajala. So to go over to this one now, still talking about religious leaders. So a man called off his wedding because his partner only listens to her spiritual father. Well, so many conversations around this. Some people are like, yes, now you have to have somebody you are accountable to, somebody who can talk to you and all of that. Some other people feel like for this guy to have called off the wedding, that it means that she's taking it so much that the man cannot stand it. Maybe it is what the man says that arose in their home and all of that. Bukky, what do you think?
Well, I think it told the same line of thoughts, with the first set of discussion. To be honest, in nation building, we talk about the 7 critical sectors where it has to be very strong.
Yes.
And one of the sectors is religion, which has to do with, the so-called, how the so-called spiritual fathers, irrespective of whatever faith or whatever you believe in, how you handle the citizens, because when you open a nation, who do you see? The citizens. Now, I do not want to take sides.
Okay.
I would like to balance things up because we do not know the nitty-gritty of where this story is coming from. I know some people go out of their way, totally out of their way, that even the person who is blind, the person who is stupid will know that you are not using your brains the way some so-called spiritual fathers go about their advice. It's more like a bondage. It's more like a bondage. So if that is the situation that this chap saw, I give it to him that, you know what, we can't go into this relationship because if you cannot think, if
For
you
yourself.
cannot think with your, you understand, and you cannot stand on your own because of the relationship you have with your God, because that is where people mix it. It's about having a relationship with your God first. Then, yes, there are sometimes you need advices, you need counsel, you need whatever. If you have somebody who understands his role as a mentor, the person will not box you to do whatever you think is wrong. Because I've had some cases where the spiritual fathers, gave advices that are very, very wrong, even to a normal same person. But because you have revered them, you said, okay, these are next to God, so whatever they say is right, even if you know that it is not right. You understand? But on the other hand as well, there are some people that God has placed in one's life who can guide, who can monitor, who can actually see things that you're not seeing, and they're probably warning you that these are red flags. You understand? So we don't know where this one is coming from. We're only going to take the story as it is, that, hey, this spiritual father is there, and this lady, anything the spiritual father says, So because if that is the case, if they get married and the spiritual father says, okay, you know what, you will not go into the other room with your husband, you have to fast for 21 days. That is the same thing. You are causing katakata for the person's marriage. So I think the advice is people that are in that space.
Yes.
Can you get your acts together? Can you do what your creator, the person who has assigned you that role, to do? And if you don't know, then don't create alternatives. Don't create issues for the citizens of this nation. Because a lot of people have lost their homes, they've lost their job, they've lost their freedom, they've lost their even self-ego, their self-esteem,
Yes.
their confidence. Why? Because of the spiritual father stuff. And I think it's time that people who know what to do should begin to rise and begin to talk to them.
Okay. Thank you very much for that, Bukky. You can call us up on 07000 or 090-256-25455. You can also send us a text or a WhatsApp message on 070-317-56537. Ibinabo, what do you think? Do you think the guy was right in calling off the wedding, or he would have tried to see if maybe she could change or something?
Such people don't change.
In the time of decreasing respect for the people we call men of God, because a lot has been happening. So many people, like Bukky said, have lost their jobs, lost their marriages because of one godfather or spiritual father. They see vision when God has not shown them anything. They hear prophecies when they hear themselves. They'll tell you it's from God. So with all of this, you become weary when your intending spouse has made a person in that position, in the position of a man of God, has spiritual father or a spiritual father. This goes both ways. Now it is the man that is saying no to the woman. It can happen that the woman will say no to the man. Because you have had cases where the so-called spiritual father will say, your wife is a witch. You must send that out of your house. That's why you're not making money. And because of how highly this man has placed this so-called man of God, he will just go home without thinking it up, without processing it, and send the woman away. Or sometimes even after that, you have had cases where a father had to burn. He killed one of his children. He actually wanted to kill the two, but the other one survived in the forest and was rescued by somebody in the forest. So you see, a lot of times we have had cases of how these people have mismanaged or mishandled the office. So I don't know what the guy saw. I don't know what he has come to realize concerning this so-called spiritual father and this woman or this lady. So it is decision. It is, for me, it is better to even call off a wedding than to now manage. You're not even going to, you're crawling into it. You know what you need to crawl? Your movement is very slow. You crawl into this marriage as if you're under duress or some sort, and then you now begin to behave like when you were getting married, you were blindfolded. Now you can see the light. So it is better for a relationship to cut off like this. Nip it in the bud before it blossoms and becomes a problem. But then again, don't forget that we also in every relationship, before you marry somebody, that person must have something the person listens to. What if this lady listens to her pastor because it says, he's very honest about every situation, and she has come to realize that she doesn't get any better advice from her parents? Because you have had cases like that. We have cases where the mother will say, see, you can marry this one, but this other guy, don't throw him away completely. He has money so that it can help you by the way, or sideline. So we don't have the stories from the two of them. But bottom line is, if you notice that this person is going to follow her or his spiritual father or father figure, dogmatic, you don't even reason it. You don't even want to understand what the person is saying. If they say go, you go. If they say come, you come. Then it's not working. Because it's like you don't have your own brain. You are working on somebody else's brain. So I wouldn't blame him. Now I know what he is. So now what he is, I fear and I make him part of the wedding. So it's very good. I can't. Thank you.
All right. So let me just chip in. Way forward is this. Like someone said that at times, people who follow dogmatically, these so-called spiritual fathers, that when they want to talk to them, they remove their brain and put it by the entrance, and they just go, with
Take
their head
everything
without the
that they tell
brain.
them.
You know, from what I know about God,
Okay.
He doesn't put people under bondage.
Mm.
He does not. That is why He said He has come to set us free from bondage. So when you are, whatever you want to do, not just in a relationship or whatever it is, and you get engaged with the so-called spiritual fathers, because truly they have their own. They're supposed to be guide, mentors, advisors.
Yes.
When things are not clear to you, you go to them, and they are supposed to advise you and lead you.
But let's not forget
Yes.
that these people are also humans. I think we
That's
tend
what
to
I'm
forget.
saying. That's what I'm saying. They are also human. I mean, like my pastor will always say that a pastor, the best bet about a male pastor is still a man. You understand?
True.
It's just that it's God that is helping him. And that is where you yourself, you've got a brain. You understand?
Yes.
You've got a brain. You should be able to say, these are the things I'm seeing. This is adding up. Okay, I'll go for it. This is not adding up. And then where are you in your own spiritual life? That you yourself, God is talking to everybody, but the point is that we believe that God is talking to somebody more. No, it is because you have not put yourself in that position that God can actually talk to you as well. So you build up your relationship with God. So even when the spiritual father is telling you something,
you hear it for yourself.
You understand? It is clicking. It's like, oh yes, I got that. It's a confirmation. Yes. And that is the way we should live our lives.
All right, thank you very much, Bukky. Thank you, Ibinabo, for that. If you're just joining us, it's 20 minutes to 10 on Women Radio WFM 91.7, and this is Panorama. Panorama is where we have the ladies from different geopolitical zones come together to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues. And Panorama is broadcast from Mondays through Fridays at 9:15 a.m. My name is Esther Alaribe, and I've been speaking with Ibinabo Dixon and Bukky Femi Ajala. So this other story here is quite a sad one, but there are so many, like the matter plenty inside one story. So a woman has stabbed her co-wife to death over bedroom matters with the husband. So this woman, according to the whole story, she said the husband left her. They stay in a room and parlor apartment, the two wives and their children, definitely. They stay in a room and parlor apartment, and maybe the husband left her to go be with the other wife, and she heard them all laughing and happy in the mood and something, and they made some kind of derogatory remarks about her body and all of that. She waited for her senior wife to come out. So when the lady stepped out, she had to confront her. Why would you say this? Why did you say this and this? One thing led to another. The other person became violent, and she, out of anger, picked up a knife, and that was just it. There are so many issues in this. First, how does this is not to shame anybody, not at all, nothing like that. But how do you live in a room and parlor apartment with two wives first? Set your priorities right. Find money first, something like that. That's one. Two, how do you keep two women in such a close space? Because fine, I know people will say polygamy has always been a thing. We still had that conversation this morning. Polygamy has always been a thing. The colonial masters came and turned everything around, and so the fact that people do doesn't mean that everybody's fine with it. If you go on the street and talk to some women, some people will tell you they would rather just be on their own than having to be in such a marriage. And some people will tell you they don't mind. But this kind of story is very, very sad. And to think it happened just somewhere in Ondo State here, it's quite sad because this other woman has lost her life, and this other one will have to go for it, pay the penalty for only God knows how many years. And this man is probably going to move on with his life and just be all right with some other woman or some other women out there, Bukky.
He's going to get another woman.
Definitely. Definitely.
Well, I'm a bit upset about the story, but I will try and keep my emotions. I'll try and control my emotions. But even if we want to talk culturally, we are from the African setting.
Okay.
Even when they have many wives, they build rooms for them.
Okay.
I won't even say for those who are very rich, they give them their own house. Though, yes, it's still in the same compound, but those who do not, they have separate rooms. So even if they want to say, okay, Africa, we love polygamy and all that, but please, can you still respect the woman? But let us even take this situation. Why I'm angry?
Okay.
Why I'm angry is the fact that, and I'm angry with both of them, particularly the women.
Okay.
I do not know. Maybe there were financial issues that they moved from a decent apartment to a one bedroom. I don't know. I don't know, whatever it is. But this is where they find themselves.
Okay.
I think they should have been able to say, no, it will not work.
From the very beginning.
Work from the very beginning. Okay. It cannot work. And that is why we are saying that women, you should understand your rights. You have your rights and responsibilities. Even if you want to go into a marriage that you want to be the second wife, you should know your rights. You cannot share a one-room apartment with somebody. It's not possible. Even with two friends. I mean, let's talk about two friends.
Yes, friends,
it's not
roommates.
Possible. Now you're not talking about marriage. Now, this is the issue. It's an issue of what the other room. Because the story is that they were trying to do whatever they wanted to do.
Then the man left and the
man left for the other woman. So I'm wondering that where are the children? Where are they sleeping? And honestly, it's just that if government says we are going to look at this matter, they will say, oh, government is being wicked or whatever it is. But you know that if you take a dive into it, to know the kind of reports that are coming from such homes. Number one, the children, very vulnerable. Before you know what is happening, they are out prostituting, out doing all kinds of things because there is no parental control, no parental care in the home. They are seeing these things. You understand? And emotions are running. So before you know what is happening, they also want to go and try these things outside. And then also dignity. We're talking about the dignity. It's in our law. There's no dignity in here. There isn't. There isn't. So what can we do? We can only talk to ourselves. Women, you have a right to dignity. Even if you want to, it's your choice. I will not tell somebody to do that. But it's your choice. But if it's your choice, can you lay it down that this is what I want? And if the man does not want to give you what you want, you have the right to walk out. Now, look at what has happened now. That woman is going to jail. Like you said, the man is going to. And before you know what is happening, the man that is ready to take two wives in that poverty state, because let's take it, it is poverty. And we have to get out of this poverty mentality. First, you understand? Honestly, it's poverty. It has nothing to do with polygamy or our culture. Okay. No, it's poverty, and it's for me self, it's wickedness for a man to say, I'm going to keep two women, in a one-room apartment. We need to begin to speak to such men. And I don't know who that man is. I don't know who his friends is or whoever. But if we have such people doing that, I think it's time for us to say, no, this is wrong. We will not accept this, even as a woman. Where's our dignity? Now, look at what the man has caused. The man should be put into the jail as well because he caused it.
To be a part of the conversation, you can call us up on 07000 or you can send us a text or a WhatsApp message on 07317 565 37. Ibinabo, what do you think about this issue?
Okay, so I just want to advise. I want to face the men. Okay. I want to tell them one or two things. You see, we need to understand that when it comes to the spirit of jealousy, it does not perch only on the woman. It can perch on the man too. And the spirit of jealousy is very dangerous. It robs you of being circumspect in all of your actions.
Ibinabo, let me put it out there. We have this call coming in. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Hello, good morning. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
Oh, I think you can hear us clearly. You can call us back on 07000 or you can send us a text or a WhatsApp message on 070 317 56537. All right, Ibinabo, go ahead.
Okay, I was trying to explain jealousy,
Mm.
which is very dangerous. We all know. Or whatever it is you want to do, and so on. Jealousy will just send you to a very dangerous place, send you a very dangerous message. And because you have allowed it to make, you have allowed it in you, it will begin to rule your life. So you see, and then anybody, whether you're a man or a woman, depends on the situation and if you allow it. Having said that, you see, a lot of times when we talk about polygamy and everything, some people say it's our tradition, no, it's our age-long tradition. That's how our forefathers married them in millions. See, my grandfather married more than 5. I lost count, more than 5. And after his death, there was such strong disunity among the children. It now took the grandchildren to begin to bring the parents together. You understand? So if a man wants to, due to his own selfish needs, would now bring in women under his roof. To me, a woman who succumbs to that is simply telling herself she's a toy in the hand of the man. See, somebody can bring a very stupid proposal to you. The onus rests on you to say yes or no.
Sure.
So every time, it is not the fault of the man, it is the fault of the woman who says yes. You as a woman, you know that this man already has a wife and is coming to you to bring you home. He probably has told you so many things. Don't mind her. I don't love her again. She refused to go. Oh, she's just there. She's just there as my cook. Oh, it is you I love. Somebody has come to denigrate the character of a woman, a fellow woman to you. You jumped into his vehicle and you followed him home. And then you now realize that the majority of what he told you were lies. Probably they were looking, himself and his wife would need a very, they need the help in the house, in other areas. Okay, so how do we do this? Let's bring in another woman. Now, you now allow jealousy. I'm talking about this particular. Allow jealousy to envelope you to the point that you have to go and have a fellow woman. And let me say, those men who feel that, okay, me, I have 5 wives, I have 4 wives, I have 3 wives, and there's no quarrel in the house, there's no fight, they are all working together as sisters. You deceive yourself. I'm a woman. There is something that is called emotional detachment. That is what the women have brought into their life. Emotional detachment, that is the weapon they are using. Emotional detachment. You see, when you're emotionally detached from somebody, you don't care. You don't care about whatever they are doing. All that matters is okay, this man can provide good accommodation for me. Okay, I can get money from him. I can get him to take care of my parents. I can get him to put food on the table. Fine. There is always, if you sit down and critically ask some very salient questions, and then desire the honesty of the women involved, they will tell you that they have to train themselves to be emotionally detached from the union they have with a man.
Okay.
So that nothing they see will drive them to the point of jealousy where they will do what this woman did. So you see that you are bringing in many women and they are all, in my own family, I have 4 wives and they are all, they are all cooperating. They love themselves, they are friends for years. It is instinctive to want to protect what belongs to you as a woman. That is your husband. When you begin to share, you're not happy about it. And if you want to retain your sanity in that home, then you begin to develop your emotional detachment towards the man. And once you are perfected, you don't care. If you like, let me bring 20 women.
You don't care at that point. All right. Thank you very much, Ibinabo. We have to go.
I hope that we learn from this.
All right. Thank you very much, Ibinabo, for joining us this morning. Yeah, still have a great day. Bukky for joining us. Have a great day.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Bukky. Yes, women, shine your eye, open your eye, know your value. Do not allow anybody for any reason devalue you, societal pressure, family or whatsoever. Just do right by you. Put you first before any other thing. This goes to me too. Put yourself first before any other thing. Do right by yourself. You know your dreams. You know your aspiration for yourself. Feel comfortable in your skin. Feel comfortable in your body. Give it your 100%. Give it all that it needs. I mean, I expect, please don't let anybody do you anyhow, I beg. That's just what it is. It's a wrap on Panorama today. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. Thank you for your calls. I see your calls coming through, but I can't take them. We're running out of time. Do join us again tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. on Panorama with the ladies. My name is Esther Alaribe. Good morning.
Sponsored this program. Call the number 0816 480 7613.
You need money, rent money, business money, rent money, school fees money, rent money, anything money, rent money, house rent money, rent money.